Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming in from Medali City where the Aethers are currently sitting in 12th place, that final leader's 8th position which they are currently holding on to, and they want to level their season record with the Anastar Galaxy who are currently sitting in 8th place and they want to move themselves up into Elite Four contention. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the flying types? Will it be the psychic types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
The Anastar Galaxy have been having a great season and they want to continue that here today as they start out with Exeggutor in its Cantonian form along with Bronzong. It is going to be Gyarados and Dragonite starting out for the Medali Aethers, and immediately Gyarados is going to go for the Hurricane, which is actually going to be avoided by Exeggutor. That would have been super effective, but Dragonite goes with the Headlong Rush and it goes for Bronzong, who has that Levitate ability, so it is immune to ground type moves, allowing Exeggutor to go and set up the Shadow Force. It is going to vanish instantly, and how fitting that Gyarados and Dragonite were on the Dragon type side last season, as that Aqua Cutter from Bronzong onto Dragonite is not very effective. Gyarados with the Peck onto Bronzong, also not very effective, doing very little damage. And Dragonite is going to go for the Self-Destruct. And it takes out Gyarados with a critical hit. It just took out its teammate. It's not very effective on Bronzong. And Exeggutor avoids it entirely. How fitting that these two were on the Dragon types last season, and the Medali Aethers have not been living up to their expectations this season. I'm starting to see a connection here. Is Dragonite just not the competitive type, as Bronzong needs to go for nothing reckless, going for the Steel Roller, which is going to fail. And it is going to be now Mandibuzz coming out for the Aethers, as it is joined by Corviknight, the Rowan Award recipient from last season. Is Mandibuzz with the Seismic Toss, that consistent damage being done to Bronzong there. Good connection, as well as it's followed up by the Fury attack. Very little damage being done by Corviknight to its fellow Steel type, but it does put Bronzong into knockout range with that second connection. It's got 3, it's got 4. And it will be a 5-time connection with that not very effective move. As I said, it did put Bronzong into knockout range. Exeggutor is going to go for the Thrash on to Corviknight, which is not very effective, and Bronzong follows it up with the Calm Mind. Now it is going to be boosting those special stats here on the field, and it does have that 116 base special defense, as well as physical defense for that matter. But now the Dragon Tail from Mandibuzz, very little damage being done to Exeggutor, but it does send Exeggutor back to the bench, and being dragged out onto the field is Braviary in its Hisuian form out here on the field as that part Psychic type, part Flying type. We'll get the Seed Bomb now, and Bronzong still holds on after that attack from Corviknight, allowing it to set up for the Solar Blade. It is going to absorb the light on this turn. And Mandibuzz is going to go with the Shadow Claw to make sure that Solar Blade is not completed, with that super effective move taking Bronzong out of this matchup. And Braviary is going to go for the Quick Attack here. Very little damage once again being done to the Steel Flying type Corviknight, who does go for the Gust on its fellow Flying type here on the field. And Exeggutor comes back out onto the field as Mandibuzz goes with the Mega Drain, doing very little damage there to the part Grass type. Braviary looking to capitalize, goes with the Lash Out, focusing in here on Corviknight, who responds with the Stun Spore, which is going to leave Braviary with that Paralysis, which could make it unable to move, but it will also slow it down in the process as Exeggutor goes and rides that Surf, doing damage to everybody on the field, including its own teammate. But Mandibuzz is going to go with the Endeavor, which unfortunately isn't going to work on Exeggutor. However, Corviknight is going to go with the Trop Kick. Once again, not very effective damage being done to the Galaxy, but it is going to lower that physical attack of Braviary. Exeggutor is going to go with the Drain Punch onto Mandibuzz here. It is going to restore a little bit of its health in the process that it did drain from Mandibuzz, whose weaker armor is going to lower that physical defense, but it's going to boost that speed a great deal, although it has speed control at the moment anyway. Braviary with the Hex, still focusing in on Corviknight, putting it into knockout range. They clearly want Corviknight off this field, seeing it as a big threat, but we'll get the Double Edge onto Exeggutor from Mandibuzz, who does get a little bit of recoil damage in the process. Corviknight following it up with the Bolt Strike. They're focusing in on Exeggutor, but if it had to have gone for Braviary, that would have been super effective. Unfortunately, it's not very effective onto Exeggutor, allowing it to capitalize by going with the Icy Wind, connecting with both Flying types. Super effective on Mandibuzz, and it gets the elimination of Corviknight in the process. It also lowers that speed of Mandibuzz as Braviary follows it up with the Payback, putting Mandibuzz into knockout range with that not very effective move and activating that weak armor ability once again. And And now we have Salamence coming out for the Medali Aethers as the Phantom Force is set up here by Mandibuzz, vanishing instantly from the field. Salamence follows it up with the Heat Crash. Now this will be super effective on Exeggutor, getting the elimination and getting the Moxie attack boost for Salamence in the process with that 135 base attack. They do not want to let Salamence here get that confidence boosted here on the field, as Braviary is unable to move due to its paralysis, and I'll be paralyzed if I saw Salamence as well, as out comes Weirdy with that intimidating ability to immediately relower that physical attack, and it still lowers the attack of Mandibuzz in the process, but it doesn't prevent it from finishing off the Phantom Force. However, Braviary is able to hang on by a thread. Salamence though follows up with the Dark Void, but this Dark Presence prevents it from being able to use that move, allowing the Vice Grip from Weirdy to finish off Mandibuzz, taking it out of this matchup. It is a 2 versus 4 matchup going the Anastar Galaxy's way at the moment, but once again Braviary is unable to move, and it is such an easy target on the field, as out comes Gliscor for the Medali Aethers. Salamence with that speed control goes for the matchup. Gotcha. And although it's not very effective, it's effective enough to get the elimination of Braviary, and once again getting that Moxie boost for Salamence. So it's only one boost at the moment, as it was reloaded by that Intimidate. Gliscor follows it up with the Infernal Parade, but unfortunately it will not affect Weirdy due to that part normal typing, allowing Weirdy to go and set up its own Shadow Force. So now it's going to vanish instantly from the field, as it is going to be joined by Metagross coming face to face with Salamence, who immediately sets up an Acid Armor. Salamence boosting its physical defense a great deal here, and Gliscor is going to follow it up with the Muddy Water, which will be avoided by Weirdy, but it will not be avoided by Metagross, who has that Clear Body ability, and it goes for the Spit Up, but unfortunately it hasn't gone for the Stockpile, so that is going to fail, but the Shadow Force will not. Weirdy focusing in on Gliscor, gets a really good amount of damage done there, as well as Salamence is going to go with the Play Rough, putting Weirdy into knockout range. Gliscor could follow it up, goes with the Hex, but once again it's not going to affect Weirdy thanks to that part normal typing, allowing Metagross to go for the Scale Shot. This will be super effective onto Salamence, this multi-hit move. It's got 2. If it can get all 5, this will do massive damage to Salamence. It's got 4, and even still with that 4, it's still got a lot of damage there onto Salamence, but it will lower that physical defense of Metagross, boosting its own speed in the process, however, as Weirdy goes with the Outrage, and it focuses in on Gliscor. You have to wonder, would it have eliminated Salamence, as Metagross follows it up with the Aqua Jet. This will be super effective, but Gliscor is able to hang on. This allows Salamence to go for the Expanding Force onto Metagross. Unfortunately, that is not very effective, doing very little damage, but Gliscor is going to follow it up with the Ice Shard here, and it does take Weirdy out of this matchup. It is now a 2 versus 2 matchup. The Aethers have worked their way back in, as out comes Armorous for the Galaxy Metagross with the Astonish on to Salamence, who's able to shake off that Astonish and go with the Volt Tackle onto Armorous. Fantastic connection. There is some recall damage though for Salamence, as Gliscor is going to follow up now with the First Impression, but it is too late for First Impressions, opening the door for Armorous to try and capitalize here, as it is going to go with the Dazzling Gleam to get the huge play, gets that super effective damage onto Salamence, and gets the victory for the Anastar Galaxy. Armorous out here doing business nice and quick for the Anastar Galaxy, not wanting to risk losing this game. And with that, the Galaxy are moved up into 6th place, as next round they will be going up against the Hammerlock Draconids. Whereas for the Aethers, they're still clutching onto that lastly 8th position, as next round they will be going up against the Lumiose Glitches. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.